I will talk to you now how I talk to people. I will tell you how I talk to people now. Then this is funny part. Fun is back to business. Okay, this is now, that's a first disclaimer. I'm not kidding. People, everybody who starts doing this, they claim that fun is back to business because they used to work hard to get customers, they used to work hard to get distributors, and now I'm not saying they don't work hard or we don't need to work hard, but it became now fun. It's really funny to talk to people and turn every conversation into something very friendly. Even with people who are, you know, sometimes negative or skeptic. Everything in just seconds becoming very positive and funny conversation. And I'll give you now a few examples on how we start, how we continue, how we strike conversations, and how we continue conversation, how we make appointment, how we sell products, and what we do next with customers. Because many of them show up in the next week HOM. And this is very interesting part. So let's start. First we need to know how to strike conversation, right? We can do it in every situation, every DMO, every method of work, right? We said no matter what we do. We can do it with people we know. We can do with people we see around. We can strike any conversation with strangers. I'll tell you how. We can call our old customers, those who are not active anymore, right? Especially all distributors, they have lists of customers, old customers, right? We have lists of all distributors who are not active, and now it's a time to get back to them, to all of them. We have those who are dealing with total plan. They have many referrals, and big number of the main part of this, main majority of these referrals are actually, they are not worked out, right? Do you agree with that? After a year or two doing total plan, people, they collect hundreds, sometimes thousands of referrals, and they never go to these people. Sometimes they are not around, some they chose not to go. Okay, different, but now we have to address these lists again. Lists of people we know, old customers, old distributors, total plan referrals, and people we don't know. And now what we do? For those who we already know, old customers, old distributors, people we know, our old friends, and lists of our people, we call and say this. Of course, you start your conversation wherever you start, and then you get to the point. You say, you can't even imagine. This is your first sentence. Then they say what? And they will all say what? Trust me. This is funny part is coming, that everything is predictable now. You say, you can't even imagine. They say, what? Our company just came up with a new program of a healthy breakfast. They say, what? Or they say, what it is. The choice is very simple. And then you say, I'll give you an example. What do you, for example, usually have for breakfast? Then they say, well, 2 toasts with the jam and coffee, and you continue your conversation. We have the script, okay? We have a script, a particular script of what to do, how to continue conversation, and I will later on, it will be available for everybody. We will send everybody in a few days. So, and then you just continue, you just read the script over the phone. So you call your old people, and then if they say, are you still with Herbalife? You say, you can't even imagine. They say, what? You say, let me tell you, our company just came up with a new incredible program of a healthy breakfast. They say what it is. You say, let me explain to you. What do you, for example, have for breakfast every day? They say 2 toasts with the jam and coffee. Say, great. And then you go through the script. Okay? And some people who are negative or skeptics, they say, yeah, I don't like this, this shakes, right? The shakes and pills and tablets, I really hate shakes and tablets. I normally do the same type of face. I say, you are right. I used to argue, I used to say, no, shakes and tablets, this is great. Today, I agree with everything they say. They say shakes and tablets I hate. I say, I'm really myself suspicious about shakes and tablets myself. I agree with you definitely. I know some powders and some tablets which are not good. I agree with you definitely. But may I ask you a question? They say, yes, go on. Go ahead. I say, what do you normally have for breakfast? You remember, I agree with everything they say. Some people say, Herbalife? Never. I say, you're right. Can I ask you a question? They say, yes. What do you normally have for breakfast? Because I don't want to argue about Herbalife. I don't want to argue about powders and tablets. I don't want to argue about their opinions on weight loss and diets, because I am not strong there. They have opinions. You remember? And sometimes, in many cases, they trust someone else, not me. Why should I break my heart to argue with them? No, I agree with everything they say. My job is just to ask the relevant question and take them to my field to play my game. My game. Okay, they want to talk, they want to give me their opinions, they want me to play their game. No, I'm not going to play their game. I don't understand anything in basketball. I'm a football player. I will take them to my game and my field. Okay, and they have no opinion about what I'm saying. No opinion whatsoever. Because I have scientifically supported simple concept which explains them why they have trouble with health and weight. That's it. That's why I'm so happy, and that's why it's so funny now. Because I agree. They say I hate powders and tablets. I say I hate it myself. You are right. But tell me one thing. What do you normally have for breakfast? And then I do the circle, explain everything, come to the point, and then they say, how can I get it? But they say, but you said, I say, but you said you hate it. They say, I don't care anymore. I can't continue the way I did. After the 5 minutes of explanation, they say, wow, how can I get this breakfast? I say, but you said you don't want Herbalife. Say, no, I do want now. Everybody. Every single conversation, we turn from negative to positive in 5 minutes. You can just count. You go through the script and you count. In 5 minutes they say, wow. Our distributors now sell to people, those who didn't want to buy products for years. They put all relatives on product. You know those relatives who for years said, no. Your neighbors who for years said, Herbalife. For years. For years. Everybody around. There is no one who keep saying after this situation they didn't want to lose weight, or they tried and then they gave up, stopped, and you can't get these people back to products. Instead, you are looking for new ones. Go back to old ones. Tell them the story. You remember how you start your story? You can't even imagine. They say, what? Our company came up with a new program. Now, this is just unbelievable. They say, what is it? You say, what do you normally... Let me explain to you. Tell me one thing. What do you normally have for breakfast? What have you had for breakfast today, yesterday? And then they tell you, then you go through the script. So I just want to give you... You remember my point was that everything is fine? Herbalife, powders, price. Some people say it's too expensive. I say, I agree with you. Can I ask you a question? They say, yes, go ahead. Say, what do you normally have for breakfast? And then we discover another one for $1.50. Right? But that's not a problem now. The money is not a problem now because awareness is here now. Who cares how much is it? I just don't want to continue this kind of lifestyle, this kind of nutrition. I'll get sick, overweight and sick. That's the choice now. The choice is between right breakfast, and I don't know many on the market. I just know one. I can't come and say you can buy toothpaste from a variety of companies, right? Or any other product you can buy from different, but I don't know any other breakfast. I just don't know. If you know the same great breakfast with the same kind of results, just tell me. Tell me, and then I will say, great. And then I will ask you the same question. Now, I just want to give you a few examples of how when I started these conversations, and I put it as a script, I did it personally, and I keep going every day. This is my recruiting pitch, and this is my sales pitch. It's the same pitch for recruiting and retail, by the way. It's another very interesting. It's another universal component. You see? Same pitch for recruiting and retailing. And you will see it now. So I'm coming to my dentist, annual check, and I haven't seen the guy for a year. I'm coming every year to check my tools. And then the guy, every year, he never wanted to use products, and he's my dentist for 10 years, right? And never used the products. And every time I'm coming, he's saying same thing. He says, Leon, you look great, younger and younger each time I see you, he says. Every time he says it. Probably he says it to everybody. So I always said, oh, thank you, yes, it's because of Herbalife, yes. And it was a joke, and he said, yes, it's because of Herbalife, and blah, blah, blah. And it was kind of joke. And now I say, my reaction was, I say, no wonder. Let me ask you a question.
No wonder.
What do you usually have for breakfast? You. And he says, well, I have toast and the coffee and the sugar and blah, blah, blah. And then I continue my script, which I didn't tell you yet. And in 5 minutes, he says, how can I get it? 10 years, once a year, same idea. He's not overweight. I would never pitch weight loss. Nutrition doesn't work. He's a doctor, very smart, and thinks himself that he's smarter than he is, probably, from this particular point of view. The next situation. This is parents meeting in our school. The lady her name is Emily. And by the way, we just opened nutrition club in our area. And this is great reason to strike conversation. This is one of the best. You come and say, Emily, how are you? Just wanted to tell you that we are planning to open a nutrition club in our area. And then she says, oh, great. What is it exactly? She says. I say, of course. Let me explain to you. Can I ask you a question? Just to explain, to be able to explain, give you an example? She says, yes, of course. What do you normally have for breakfast? You see, I started with nutrition club. Nutrition club is not here yet. It doesn't exist yet. But I'm saying we are planning. We are about to open a nutrition club in this area. She says, what is it? I say, no problem. Let me explain to you. I just want to give you an example. What do you, for example, have for breakfast every day? After 5 minutes, she says, I want it. With nutrition club or without nutrition club. Nutrition club was a reason to start conversation. We were about to open. So the next one, at the same meeting, another lady, her name is Julie, and Julie is smoking. I'm coming to talk. I say, Julie, how are you? How are you? I know her for many years. And then she says, great. And she's smoking. I say, how many cigarettes do you smoke a day? She says, a pack. I say, you know, Julie, I used to smoke as well. I was a heavy smoker, by the way, when I was in the army. So I was smoking for like 5 years or something, or more. And then I say, you know what, I used to smoke as well, but when I changed my nutrition, it really helped me to change my nutritional habits have changed, and it helped me to quit, to give up my smoking. And this is really helpful. By the way, what do you normally have for breakfast? You know, nobody is asking me back, why do you ask me this question? Nobody. She just goes, and she said, I don't eat anything, just smoke, drink coffee, and go. And then I continue with my script. I have a few more questions to ask, and then I say, and then what? It's a next question. Very complicated question. And then what? And she says, and then at 12 o'clock I'm getting crazy. At 1 o'clock I start eating. My lunch is between 1 and 7 p.m. Not kidding. At 2 p.m. I lose myself and I need to sleep. I lose myself, I need to sleep. I sleep for 1 hour and then wake up and continue to eat until 7 o'clock p.m. She eats once a day, between 1 and 7 all the time. And then she's overweight, and she's depressed. Everything is bad. She doesn't sleep at night. She's lots of problems. She's not working because she can, many problems. In 1 week, we just changed this person entirely, completely. It became a new person in just 1 week. She didn't want, and she was carbs addicted completely. She was just eating carbs. And we just changed this person in just 1 week, and after 1 week she brought all her friends. Just came with friends. I didn't ask her to do it. She just got them, drive them crazy. I never seen this kind of behavior. So another one in the elevator. This is a guy who is, I know him for many years, overweight, big, didn't want to lose weight, made fun of me and Herbalife, all right? So, and then I just meet him again and I say, hey, David. So, and I ask him all the time, same question. And the question was, so when do we start losing weight? It was my always the question. And now, and then I say same thing. I ask him when, and then he says, you know what? Diets just don't work for me, because I eat with my eyes. It came from him. This question, this statement. I eat everything I see. I eat. He says, in the elevator, I have 30 seconds. That's it. No time. I always meet him in the elevator. I always have only 30 seconds, and then it never worked. No arguments. The arguments was, let's lose weight, and he says, I don't believe in it, because I eat with my eyes. You can't change my eyes, always was the joke. I said, no, I'm not ophthalmologist. That's true. And now I say, that's right. I say, this is really difficult. That's true, but it's nothing to do with your eyes, I say. He said, so what is to do with what? I say, it's about pancreas. He says, what? I said, let me explain to you. What do you normally have for breakfast? And then the elevator is coming to a ground floor. We leave the elevator, and he is listening to me like never before. And then we have conversation. And after 5 minutes, he says, how can I buy it? The one we were 12 years together in the same building, 12 years of joking, jokes and things. So next one, we invite people to nutrition club. We used to invite people to nutrition club saying, hello, we just opened nutrition club and wanted to invite you to nutrition club, and some people say yes. And out of 10 conversations, we used to have 2 positive, 8 negative. Not negative in terms of what we do, but negative in terms of we don't want to come, we are not from here, we are busy, thank you very much, don't want. Because when you talk to strangers, you have no choice but, or you knock the door and they say, this is privacy and things. And not everyone you can have a good chemistry and invite immediately, 1 out of 10 when you talk to strangers. But when you go to invite people to nutrition club, but this is what you do. You talk to strangers in the neighborhood, right? Sometimes you know people, in most cases you don't. So we used to have this 1 out of 10. Now we have 10 out of 10. You know what we do? We say hello. We just opened here nutrition club in this area. It's changed nutrition club business in our case. So we have many more people in nutrition clubs now, thanks to this kind of conversation. So we say, excuse me, we just opened nutrition club in this area, and we would like to give you some more information about nutrition, right, and would like to invite you to our nutrition club. And then whatever they say, let's say they say no, 9 out of 10 say no, thank you very much, and go, right? And then we say, oh, if they say no, thank you, I say, all right, no problem, but can I ask you just one question for our statistics, please? Because we open a nutrition club in this area, and we would like just one question to open for our internal statistics. They say, okay, no problem, go ahead. I say, yeah, what do you normally have for breakfast? They say, I have this, and then we continue. Script. Now we have, so you talk to person, whether you invite them to the club immediately, or after 5 minutes when they are already understand everything, or we just make appointment, we go and sell. But statistics completely different. Maybe it's not 10 out of 10, but it's not 1 out of 10 now. It could be 5 out of 10. So it's 4, 5, 6 times better now than before. Next example is if you do survey. Sometimes people do survey to invite people to the club, or just to do survey to get leads. In some survey, people are positive and they are ready to talk to. In some people, sometimes not, right? Those who are not are now, they are positive now. Because when they say no, or I don't want to complete your survey, or in the survey they say no, I'm not interested, we say no problem. Can I ask just one question for our internal statistics? They say, yeah, no problem. What do you normally have for breakfast? And then we continue conversation because it's never stopped. Once they answer first time, they are, you know, that's right. They're in. I didn't see anyone who, after answering my question, stopped conversation. They all continue. Everybody continues. Because this is something new. Nobody asked them about their breakfast. You know, even their mama and grandmama, they can say, what did you eat? What do you eat? Do you eat? Do you, you know, those kind of Polish grandmother. So, what do you eat? What did you eat? You had, you know, in the party, I came back late or so. Did you eat? You know, this kind of. So, but nobody asked a question, what did you eat for breakfast? Nobody. First time in their life, someone asked them a question, what do you have for breakfast? What do you eat for breakfast? Do you eat your breakfast at all? Nobody. I'm the first time in their life coming into their life to ask the question and to bring the solution. Can you imagine? And everybody is talking because they all understand that I'm leading to some kind of important information for them. So next, that's why all negative answers are good. We don't have any negative conversations anymore. We can count on every one of them, or almost every one of them. I'm not saying that you will have 100%, but this is very close to 100% now. And including distributors who had difficulties in selling and recruiting. No difficulties for those who had difficulties in selling and recruiting anymore, because they just say what they feel and what people associate themselves immediately. I'll tell you why and how in a minute. So another one, one person said, Herbalife, never. I say, I see, no problem. But can I ask you a question? Yeah. What do you normally have for breakfast? And they go, and after 5 minutes they say, how can I get it? But you said you hate Herbalife. He said, I don't care. Another one, I'm just getting in the shop, 3 people behind the counter, and I say, guys, we're just open nutrition club right here, and we would like to invite you there, so you would learn how to eat right. They say, oh, what is it? And then I say, let me explain to you. Where do you have your breakfast? At home or at work? A new one. A new question. Where do you usually have your breakfast? Do you eat at home? Do you have your breakfast? Do you eat at home or at work? And they say something. Okay? Who cares what they say? At home? And they say something, and then I say, so what do you eat for breakfast? That's it. Where do you have your breakfast? At home or at work? They say at home, at work. Okay. So what do you have for breakfast then? That's it. Because many people, especially people who work somewhere, working people, some of them do it at home, some of them because of they leave their home, their places very early, they find themselves in the place with no any access to normal food, only fast food and junk around. Okay? And many other situations, another one like at the end of the school year party, there is all kinds of foods and lots of cakes, and one lady is eating a cake, and there are like 20 different cakes, right? And then I come and say, is it a good one? She says, yeah, no, she says, oh, this one is the best. It means that she's tried already all of them, right? I say, look, this is easy to gain weight like this way. She says, I have nothing to lose, she says. Diets don't work, or something like that. And then I say, of course, this is not, it's not easy to go diet after, and she said, I did many diets and I'm frustrated and lost belief in herself. And I say, of course, it's not easy to diet, right? But what do you normally have for breakfast? And then she continued, if I would come with my previous idea, let me help you to lose weight, I would get a slap. And I got it many times. And when people get negative reactions, distributors, they develop kind of fear, and they tend not to ask, and not to come to stranger, and not to talk, and not to help. You see? Because of fear of negative reaction. And this is very strong. Now we don't have it anymore. Distributors are, they want to talk, they just want the question. They have this question, which is, before they go, this question goes before them. Just like this, just waiting to be asked. People around, people are everywhere. And once you start dealing with the breakfast idea, you want to ask everybody, what do they have for breakfast? And then you see people going and you see, what interesting, what do they have for breakfast? Statistically, I know what do they normally have, but what about this particular person? What about this one? And then you talk to someone, and you wait this first sentence, second, third, but the question is here, ready to go. Okay, you can talk. You can talk normal talk, but sooner or later, it will go. Boom, it could be first sentence, it could be second, sometimes it's second. My soul is clean. It's not every time the first one. I'm not stopping people on the street. Excuse me, what do you have for breakfast? Of course not. This is not nice. You need to squeeze one sentence in between. So, how do I continue? Okay? We all understand that this is easy to ask the question?
Yes.
That's it in every situation. In every situation. If you want to initiate this and be the first to ask, you just call people you already know, your old customers, old distributors, everybody. And you come and say, you can't even imagine. They say, what? We just came up with the new program of healthy breakfast. They say, what is it? I say, let me just explain to you. What do you normally have for breakfast? And then they tell you, and then you continue. Now, what do you continue? You ask more questions. Okay, so, and then you say, they tell you about 2 toasts and the jam, right? You say, okay, and then what? And then how you continue? They, another question about breakfast I ask before we continue, right? And I say, what do you drink? I want to know what do they drink. This is very important. Normally people drink coffee instead of water. I say, okay. I don't say that you are wrong or your breakfast is wrong. By the way, you don't say it. You never say that this is not right. You do wrong. No. Because this is people's choice. They don't know yet that this is wrong. That's why you need to explain the whole story, and then they say, wow, so my breakfast is wrong. They need to come to this conclusion. Okay? Otherwise people become anti, right? So you say, okay, and then what's next? How you continue? And then they say, 11 o'clock I eat this, I take that. Okay. And how do you feel? How do you feel at 11 o'clock? Do you feel sometimes, lack of energy? And you want to get some coffee? Does it happen to you? Does it happen to you? Oh, yes, yeah. So people need to recognize themselves. When I ask questions, I want them to recognize themselves. To say, yes, this is exactly what happens to me. And then I say, okay, so you take this and you drink coffee and you take a little bit of donuts and things around. And then you get to, and then what do you drink, by the way? I drink some Coke and I drink some juice and then whatever they drink. I say, okay. And then you get to your dinner. You see, the excitement is growing of the conversation. They continue. They just answer my questions. No one stops. I say, oh, really? And then we are coming to a lunch time. And so what do you have for lunch? Oh, lunch. Are you getting hungry for lunch? Yes, of course. I'm already hungry. Almost everybody is hungry by lunchtime, right? And why they hungry? They've been eating all the day something, and now they are hungry. So they are hungry not for food. They are hungry for sugar again. And sometimes the stomach is empty, but in many cases, stomach is not empty. They've been eating something. Then they say, yes, I'm coming, and then I eat everything. Everything. So, and you don't control your appetite, right? You just want to eat, right? And they say, right. And once you eat, once you have your lunch, do you feel, again, lack of energy? Sometimes you want to sleep, and I even show how. Does it happen to you, this kind of, after the lunch? And they say, yeah, this is exactly what happens. And then what happens next? What do you keep, what do you eat during the day afterwards? And they say, I take this. What do you take in between? If they don't pay attention that they eat all the time, you want to ask additional questions to identify what they have in between. Do you take this? Do you do that? How many coffee a day do you have, and so on? And then you get home. Do you get home hungry? You say, yeah, I'm coming home hungry. And so what do you eat? I eat this and this and this. And we have our dinner with our family. And I say, oh, great. And what do you drink? I drink this and this and that. Oh, great. And now tell me, does it happen to you that you had your dinner, right? And you keep eating. And you keep eating. TV, right? Or whatever circumstances are, but you keep taking things. Does it happen to you? Yes. How do you know? Or something like that. Or if they don't say, how do you know? I say, how did I know? You see, once people recognize themselves, done. They are mine. And then I say, but do you want to know why? By the way, before I go and explain what to do, I ask a few more questions. Tell me a few more. Can I ask you another question? One more? Yes. So what about your wife or husband? What does she have for breakfast? And then they say, so I get some more information about family. And then I say, the very important question, what your kids have for breakfast. And then you got the cereals, the toast with the jam or chocolate butter. You build the entire picture of their family, right? Nutritional habits. And now you have enough information. This person recognized himself in all those situations, right? Low energy, coffee dependence, eating after they finished their meal, keep eating. All those are signs of wrong nutritional habits, right? And if they're overweight, it's even easier for you. And then you can ask few more questions. If conversation is continued, so you have few more questions to ask. How do you feel during the day? Do you have those times of fatigue? You are tired? You have lack of energy? Yes. You want them to say yes few times. This is very strategic, important thing. So they say yes. Do you have sometimes maybe headaches or something like that? Yes. If yes, how often, right? How do you sleep during the night? They say, I don't sleep at night. I wake up every other hour or something like that. And you can ask questions like, so energy, and you can ask, how about your stomach, okay? Is it fine, work? Yeah, some people say it's fine. Some people say, yeah, I have some problems after I eat things, I have problems. Some people have constipation, many people, by the way. Half of the population have some kind of constipation. So once you gather the information, now you can say, do you want to know why all this is happening to you? And when it starts all this? You know why it happens to you during the day? They say, why? Say, it's because of your breakfast. It's because of your breakfast. So if we continue the conversation, if circumstances allow me to continue, I continue. If not, I stop now and I say, it's because of your breakfast. But now I have no time. Give me a phone number. I'll call and explain to you exactly why. That's it. Okay? So if if conversation continued, because we have time and situation allows us to do it, so now I'm going to my story. I say, George, I say, look, our body consists of 100 trillion cells. And these 100 trillion cells, they need 114 different nutrients during the day. So we are eating to feed our cells. We need to feed 100 trillion cells. People, in most cases, they have no idea what 100 million means. So I usually even ask them, do you know what is it, 100 million? This kind of number, you know how many is it? They say, no. I said, this is 14 zeros. This is 1 and 14 zeros. This is big, big number of cells, and you need to feed them with nutrients. And they need 114 different nutrients, right? Everything you ate yesterday, I just go through my slides if you remember. Everything you ate yesterday gave you energy and nutrients to restore cells, to regenerate cells, organs, and tissues. This is what we do. During the day, we mostly spend energy. During the night, our body is busy restoring, regenerating, rebuilding itself, right? And so we spend, when you wake up in the morning, you spend all your energy yesterday, all your nutrients during the night, and all your water. You spend over 1 liter of water during the night, breathing, sweating, and going to the restroom in the morning, okay? Now you need to restore all those things to your body. Your body asks you, please give me back to what I just spent during the last 12 hours. And now we are coming to your breakfast. Breakfast in English means to break fast. Okay, it means between 8 p.m. yesterday, you were supposed not to eat after 8 p.m., by the way, okay, and 8 a.m., which is half a day, right, this is 12 hours, okay, you've been fasting. Now you need to restore, to give back nutrients to your body. Body used everything. Your body used everything now. Your cell used everything. You need to give back. And now let's see what you give. You told me that you give 2 toasts with the jam and coffee with sugar. And this is what we call simple carbs, or carbs. People don't know what carbs, not carbs. They don't understand. But you say this is carbs. Carbs is something which is immediately turns to be a sugar in the blood. So what you do in the morning, instead of giving so many nutrients which your body needs, you just give 1 nutrient. But huge amount of 1 nutrient, which is sugar. You give sugar instead of nutrition to your cells. And then as a result, your sugar level goes up. And then you have this organ called pancreas, which starts to produce, as a result, to produce insulin. And insulin will be responsible to take sugar from your blood, because this is very dangerous to have too much sugar in your blood. Have you heard those words called diabetes and all those problems? Yes. Or overweight? Yes. Everybody knows those words. Okay. So that's why our body doesn't want to have big amounts of sugar in our blood, circulating in our blood. So pancreas releases insulin to take it, to just eliminate sugar from the blood. And then as a result, you have drop of sugar in your blood. And then you feel lack of energy because your brain doesn't have enough sugar, because our brain consumes sugar only. Okay? And now you are hungry. But you are not hungry exactly, because your stomach is full. You just ate something, and now after half an hour you have no energy and you want to take something else. You want to drink coffee because you are lacking energy. Now you take something, again you send your sugar up. Pancreas, the poor pancreas is, you wake up your pancreas. Don't wake up your pancreas. That's another motto, another slogan. Don't wake your pancreas. So you awake your pancreas and you enforce it to work over time and over size and over whatever. You put pressure on your pancreas, and of course, so pancreas again insulin takes your sugar level down, and in an hour or something you find yourself again in the same situation. And this is what you just told me, that from time to time you experience this lack of energy, tiredness, and the desire to take another coffee. And that's why you're becoming coffee addicted. Or some other things make you up, like Coke, and some sweet things immediately give you sugar back. So this is how it happens. That's why, and this is direct way to develop overweight condition, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and this is what proved scientifically. And this is what happens to your kids as well. This is what you give to your kids. This is how you start your wife and your kids start the way your day same way. That's it. They say what to do. I say, let me tell you what the right breakfast is supposed to be. If they don't ask what to do or what is supposed to be, I say, let me tell you. So of course you want to know, right, what it's supposed to be the right breakfast. They say yes. I say it must meet 4 criteria. One is to give all nutrients to your body. Second, to give energy to your body, but not from sugar source. 3, to give back water. And 4, to maintain sugar level in your blood. Not to increase and not to decrease sugar in your blood. These 4 criteria of a good breakfast. And then they say, how can I get this breakfast? We didn't talk about Herbalife yet, remember? At all. It's nothing to do with a product yet. It's about concept. Once they buy concept, they buy product. It's not an issue at all to buy product. That's why sales became very simple like this, because people buy concept now. And then can I lose weight with that? Of course. Everybody loses weight like crazy once you fix the main cause. And main cause is proved scientifically. This is how you begin your day. This is how you continue your day. And this is breakfast. So how can I get this breakfast? I have this breakfast for you. Our company just introduced to the marketplace a new concept of a healthy breakfast. And then you can start talking about products. Now, so you take 3, you give them products. Now it's time to give products. Aloe, tea, and shake. You explain what is it, and then you explain that this is protein-based energy. You get energy from protein, and you maintain sugar in your blood. As a result, you don't start this, and you show this picture. You remember, with 3 charts, 3 different types of breakfast. If you show this, you say, so this will be your case. Now you are here, you will be here. That's it, it's done. Okay, no surges of sugar, no overweight. You don't gain weight. Vice versa. Now your body needs to use your fat to generate sugar back again. And this is how we lose weight. Okay, and this will be your case. This will be your case. The third one. Okay, this will be your case. So, and of course you lose weight, you feel much better, you control your appetite, and all the rest will happen to you with no problem. You will never be tired, you will be very energetic during the day. Aloe does this, tea does this, and shake does that. Okay, this is how much is it for you per day, per month. How do you want to pay? If this happens to me in my nutrition club, and I bring someone to nutrition club, this is how I start. First I give aloe, and then I explain what is it, And then I start asking questions again. I write everything down. Everything they tell me, I write, if it's not on the street somewhere. Okay, so I write everything because I want to tell them their story back. And then I give tea, and then we continue. Tea must be hot, so you will have another 5 minutes. So, and then shake. Now, if I come to a person to his or her place, right, I come with my products. I have few products with me in my bag, so I immediately make aloe. I give aloe and to myself and himself, or if this is the family, to everybody. I explain this is aloe, this is it does A, B, C, D, and now let's talk. So they drink. They already have the breakfast during our presentation, during our talk, which lasts maybe 10-15 minutes, the whole meeting. That's it. And everybody buys. No chance. They all buy. They all buy because they invited me to hear about. I already started. I already teased everything. You remember I asked all those questions and I started, everything starts with breakfast, but I have no time now, so let me explain to you. And they say, yeah, let's meet. So when I come, of course there is. Everything is clear. And I ask the whole family and neighbors and everybody to come. You bring everybody because we need to fix for the whole family. So, and then I give everybody aloe, tea, except kids maybe, they don't need thermo tea, okay? And then the shake to everybody, and it's not important what time of the day it is. It could be evening, it could be day, morning, whatever. And I draw this chart. I used to draw it, now I just give the picture and I say this is the whole story. If they buy product, and they buy product, I give them a few of these pages and I say, now you start your program, I will follow you, you get results, you control your appetite, you get your energy up, you lose weight in inches, and we will talk about other things which you just told me, right? And after a few days I want you now to help your neighbors to fix their breakfasts. Yeah, I turn them immediately into distributors. I don't even ask them, do you want to make money? Do you want to become distributor in our company? No. Once you fix your breakfast, once you learn the real information, now I want you to help your neighbors and help your family and help your people you know. And they say, of course. And after 3 days they say, yes, of course, we want to give it and we want to tell, because I can control my appetite now. I'm very energetic. I sleep at night much better. I lost some weight. I don't need this pizza. I don't my hand, my this, my that. And they all now pay attention to those things, to their eyes. They see it, but they don't need it anymore. And this is great. And then so when they come and tell you this back to you, they say, yeah, this is exactly how it works. And I say, it's now time to help more people. It's time to help your family. Yeah. What do I need? And I give them these pages and they go and this is unbelievable. And the next question would come, do you want to make money when you help your people? They say, yes, so this is distributor kit. You sign here, you pay me $79 or whatever it costs, right? And then afterwards we explain them marketing plan. Now we have, I just gave John here a couple of examples. We have people who used to sell not more than 5 programs a month. Now they sell 40. People who never sold anything sell every day many. I took my new distributor. She asked me, what do I do? The lady which I told you, who came after a few days and said, I can do it myself. I said, no problem. You sign here. She still doesn't know the marketing plan. So she sold in first 2 weeks, 2,500 volume points. In 2 weeks. So she said, can I see how you do it still, because I'm not very confident even if I can do it. I said, no problem, you just take me to people you know. She made 4 calls. She said, you can't even imagine. They say, what? I told her what to say. They say, what? I just started this breakfast program. You remember I was lacking energy and I was this and I was that. She's a very sport-oriented person. She was very tired. She wanted to do some better performance, to have better performance with sports, but she was a kickboxer. Yeah, and so for 8 years. So and she's still, training, not kickboxing, but very active, and she was lacking energy. She says, "I'm crazy. Energy is great. I'm finishing my training, and I'm not tired yet. She used to be after half an hour. She used to be gone. Now she says after 2 or 3 hours, I'm just warming up. So and I feel great, and I sleep better, and I this better, and that better, and I lost 4 kilos, and everything is great. And I want to come and see you and tell about my new breakfast with my partner, with my business partner." And they say, "Yeah, no problem." People she knows, of course, she's excited. So she brought me there, 2 families and 2 individuals, 10 sales in 4 hours. I was doing this, but I was doing this exactly through the script. I didn't say a word different from the script. And afterwards she said, "Okay, you did it 4 times. We sold 10 programs. She made $250 at 30% discount in 4 hours. Okay, and she said, okay. And I was the next day, at the same day I was actually living abroad. Okay, and then she just continued to sell every day, a few programs every day. And now, in most cases, I mean, she had nothing to do with weight initially, with weight loss program, because she talked to just everybody, including her friends who are thin and sportive. With weight loss program, she would never come to these people. She would never put them in the list of people, potential customers. But now it's for everybody. That's why we started and called it Universal Business and Product Approach. Same way with recruiting, by the way. And now we say we need people. We badly need people for our business. And say what your business is about. We say we are dealing with in the field of nutrition. And our company just introduced to the marketplace a new program of a healthy breakfast. So let me just explain to you what is it. So what do you, by the way, or for example, have for breakfast? And just go. We sell the concept. They sign as a distributors immediately. We ask guests what do they have for breakfast. They explain to us, we give them the whole story, and they all sign. We have 100% signed now. When I say 100%, I don't exaggerate even.
Wow.
2 reasons for that. Number 1, a big majority of guests are already customers. And all those who are not yet, they're just astonished. It's so strong, this concept, and product testimonials are so great in the room, and business testimonials are so hot, and everyone is so excited, and guests are excited because they are already customers. Those who are not yet, at least they buy products. If some don't sign, they at least buy products. But we have everybody who join, whether as customers or distributors. So HOMs became different HOMs with such a big excitement that I never seen HOMs. HOMs was normally the attempt to turn strangers who sit like that, another MLM, And I'm telling you, and I made last month, and I this, and I. Who cares how much money I've made how much money we've made last month? If we have product for everybody. Everybody in this country and every country needs this product every morning. Every single person needs. Do you have any other product which everyone needs and you can make such a big money? No one has. But once you understand that majority of them are already customers, it's not a problem. And you don't say, we need people or whatever. We just say, can you help us? Is anybody wants to help us to bring the same message, to get the same message across and to other people and help other people? Can you help us to help others? And because they are already in, they say no problem. Okay, just where to sign. Wow. It's becoming a different customers, different attitude. They behave as distributors before they become distributors. HOMs are completely different. Fun is back to business. Conversations are funny. No negative responses anymore because I don't accept them. I just don't accept them. Everything became positive because I don't care what they say. I accept everyone. I accept every negative every skeptical because I know the secret, they don't. That's the whole story. I know the secret about their breakfast. That's the story, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I wanted to share with you. I was never excited. I was excited. You remember, I am excited. But I was never excited before like now. And from my point of view, we have all methods of operations are working together like crazy. Distributors are united again because we have one basic program for all methods of operations, for recruiting, retailing, for all types of recruiting and all types of retailing, because people buy concept of a universally needed product in the marketplace. Thank you very much for your attention.